Hi, welcome to Future Technos. We now finally have enough leaks and rumors to confirm that Apple's M5 iPad Pro is coming later this fall, most likely in October, and this time it is going to be insane. This is shaping up to be one of the biggest updates the iPad Pro has ever seen. It's not just another chip bump. It could be the year Apple finally delivers on features we've been hearing about for years, the ones that kept getting delayed again and again. Recently, Mark Gurman reported that Apple plans to release both the iPad Pro and the MacBook Pro with the M5 chip this fall. But only a few days ago, he updated that report, saying the MacBook Pro has been pushed back into early 2026. What's important is that the iPad Pro was not mentioned in that delay. That means the iPad Pro is still on track for October, and Gurman seems confident it's going to make it. On top of that, we also got reports that OLED panels for the new iPad Pro have already entered mass production. That's the clearest sign. Yet that Apple is preparing for a launch just a few weeks from now. So, with all of this information lined up, I think it's safe to say we finally have enough evidence. Yes, 100%, the M5 iPad Pro is coming in October, and with it, we're not just getting another yearly refresh. There are a couple of really big leaks and rumors pointing to changes that could make this the most exciting iPad Pro in years. One of them is a secret design tweak that could make this model finally worth upgrading after so long. But before we get into that surprise, let's talk about the M5 chip itself. The M5 is not expected to look like a huge redesign on the surface. Apple is sticking with the same architecture style, but the key is that it's being built on TSMC's latest third-generation N3P process. That alone brings big improvements to performance and efficiency. What that means in simple terms is better speed, smoother multitasking, and longer battery life without needing to change much else. In terms of raw numbers, the single-core score is expected to break past 4,000 points. That's an incredible jump for a tablet. It means every tap, every swipe, and every app will feel instant. Web browsing will be lightning fast. Apps will open almost instantly, and everyday tasks will feel more fluid than ever. But where it really gets crazy is with the multi-core performance. Early leaks suggest the M5 could push past 15,000 points, potentially hitting around 15,600. That would actually make the iPad Pro faster than Apple's own 12-core M3 Pro chip in certain tasks. Think about that. A thin, portable iPad could outperform a MacBook Pro with a high-end chip. That is just insane. Now let's talk graphics. Benchmarks point to scores around 66,000. That's right up there with the 14-core version of the M3 Pro GPU. For a tablet, that level of graphics power is mind-blowing. Gaming, 3D modeling, high-resolution editing, it's all going to run smoother than ever. If you've been waiting for the iPad Pro to cross into true laptop-level power, this might be the moment. But as exciting as all of that sounds, the M5 chip alone isn't the full story. We've seen year after year how powerful these chips are, and yet the design of the iPad hasn't changed much. This time, I think there's going to be a surprise feature. Something that makes this iPad Pro feel different from the last few models. And based on all the leaks and rumors, I think we're finally going to see reverse wireless charging with MagSafe built right into the back of the iPad Pro. This has been rumored for years. Mark Gurman and other reliable sources have mentioned it many times. But every year, Apple pushed it back. Now, though, the timing feels right. Why? Because if you look at leaks for the iPhone 17 Pro models, there are major upgrades coming to the MagSafe system. The magnets are being redesigned with a new shape, the entire ring is being updated, and reverse wireless charging is once again on the table for the iPhone. If Apple is reworking MagSafe for the iPhone anyway, what better time to bring that? Same update to the iPad Pro? Of course, that raises a question. How do you add wireless charging to a super thin tablet with a full metal back? Apple has apparently explored a couple of solutions. One idea was to go with a full glass back, similar to the iPhone. But let's be real. Nobody wants a giant glass panel on the back of their iPad. It would make it fragile, heavy, and extremely expensive to repair. That never made much sense. The other idea was to create a small glass logo window. Instead of making the whole back glass, Apple could just replace the logo area with a small piece of glass. That little section could then allow wireless charging to pass through without compromising the entire structure. But now we have an even clearer picture of what might happen, thanks to dummy models of the iPhone 17 Pro. On those, the entire chassis is milled out of aluminum, but there's a small window section on the back made of glass, right in the middle, to enable MagSafe charging. That's likely the exact same approach Apple could take with the iPad Pro. If they do it this way, the iPad stays strong, durable, and still mostly aluminum, while having just enough glass to make wireless and reverse wireless charging possible. And when you think about it, it's perfect. Imagine placing your iPhone or AirPods case right on the back of your iPad to charge them. That would make the iPad Pro far more useful when traveling, working on the go, or even just sitting on the couch. And here's another interesting detail. If you take apart or X-ray the Magic Keyboard case for the iPad Pro, you'll see that the section right in the middle of the back is actually empty space. That means Apple could position the charging window there and it would still work seamlessly with the case on. Just like how MagSafe still works through cases on the iPhone, it would feel natural and convenient. Now, there are also whispers that Apple could tweak the logo itself, maybe change the orientation or shift its location slightly so that it lines up better with the Magic Keyboard and with MagSafe accessories. That would be a small but important adjustment. It would also explain why Apple has been holding off on reverse wireless charging for so long. They may have been waiting to align it with a bigger update to the whole MagSafe ecosystem. And honestly, it makes sense. If Apple released this iPad Pro with only the M5 chip, a lot of people would ask, what's the point? The M4 is already ridiculously fast. What difference would another chip make in everyday use? For this upgrade, to feel meaningful, it needs something new, something practical. And reverse wireless charging with MagSafe is exactly that.